Hello everyone, my name is Deanna Garcia, Public Information Officer to the Unified Command. You may have recently seen this memorandum from the Office of the Chairman and the Vice Chairwoman that reiterates Executive Order 2020-08 and states that there should be no gatherings of families for Thanksgiving except for those within the same household. Today I would like to go over a case study that shows why you should avoid gatherings of any size at this time. A wedding reception held in a rural Maine town led to COVID-19 case outbreaks in a local community, as well as a long-term care facility and a correctional facility in other counties. The reception was attended by 55 guests and was held on August 7, 2020. The local town had a population of approximately 4,500 people and no previous recorded cases of COVID-19. The index patient was a Maine resident who reported the onset of runny nose, fever, cough, and fatigue on August 8th, the day after the wedding reception was held, and tested positive for COVID-19 on August 13th. During August 8th through the 14th, 24 more individuals who attended that wedding would test positive for COVID-19. The reception was held at a local lodging establishment that had an attached restaurant and 4 dining areas, including the event room, a breakfast room, bar, and open deck. Guests were seated indoors in the event room, which had 10 tables, with 4 to 6 guests seated at each table. The total number of 55 guests exceeded Maine's 50-person limit for indoor gathering in a shared space. Facility staff had conducted temperature checks for all guests, and all were reported as normal. Although the facility had signs posted stating that face masks were required, guests did not comply with this, nor did they maintain the 6-foot physical distancing throughout the event, and staff members did not enforce these measures. However, all staff members wore masks. The facility did not collect any contact information for any of the guests. So first, let's talk about the wedding guests, the facility staff, as well as their community contacts. By August 20th, the CDC had confirmed 30 primary cases, 27 of the 55 wedding guests, and 3 other primary patients. The other 3 primary cases were 1 staff member, 1 vendor, and a patron dining at the facility in a different area who did not attend the wedding. CDC subsequently found 17 secondary cases and 10 tertiary cases throughout the local community. 1 event attendee who contracted COVID-19 reported cough onset on August 10th and attended an in-person school meeting on the same day. From that, 2 school staff members subsequently tested positive on August 14th and 17th, and local schools delayed their reopening by 2 weeks while staff completed their quarantine. Next, let's look at the long-term care facility that had a subsequent breakout of this wedding and reception. After the reception, one of the guests had close interaction with their parent, who was a healthcare worker at a long-term care facility. This person reported symptoms on August 11th, but nevertheless worked August 11th and 12th, and received a positive test result on August 18th. CDC recommended testing for all staff and residents that was conducted on August 19th, after which 5 additional cases were discovered in 4 residents and 1 staff member. CDC would later discover 38 more cases at the long-term care facility, 14 in staff members and 24 in residents. Of these, 3 residents were hospitalized and 6 subsequently died from COVID-19. Now let's talk about the correctional facility outbreak. One of the wedding guests, who was a correctional facility staff member, attended the wedding and then worked 2 8-hour shifts in 2 separate housing units. 82 COVID-19 cases were linked to this one individual who attended the wedding. 18 staff members and 48 incarcerated individuals eventually tested positive for COVID-19. Overall, this 55-person wedding reception led to 177 confirmed cases of COVID-19, 7 hospitalizations, and 7 deaths. None of the persons who were hospitalized or died attended the event. Community events such as weddings, birthday parties, church events, and funerals have the potential to be super spreading events. Increased transmission risk at such events might result from failure to maintain physical distancing and inconsistent use of masks. Transmission risks are further increased at indoor events. Findings from this investigation also demonstrate that in addition to asymptomatic and symptomatic transmission, lack of adherence to CDC's COVID-19 guidelines to stay home when symptomatic is an important contributor to the spread of COVID-19. Now let's take a look at these graphics to give you a visual idea of what exactly happened and how COVID-19 spread occurred. At the wedding reception, there were 30 confirmed cases. Within the local community, there were 27 cases and 1 death as a result. 100 miles away at a long-term care facility, there were 38 cases and 6 deaths. And at the correctional facility over 200 miles away, there were 82 cases and 0 deaths. These graphics here show that 55 people attended a wedding in Maine. 1 guest had COVID-19. After investigation by the CDC, the virus had spread to 177 other people. 7 people died. None of them had attended the wedding. Irresponsible behavior can kill people we've never met, so please make sure to wear your mask, wash your hands, maintain physical distancing, and avoid large groups. This is especially difficult during the holiday season when all we want to do is be with family. However, as you can see from this case, COVID-19 can spread in an instant and to people you've never met. So please stay home and have Thanksgiving dinner with only the members of your household, because only we can stop the spread here on the nation. Thank you for joining me for today's case study. I hope this provided some good information and gave you a better idea of exactly how fast and how wide COVID-19 can spread from one single event and one single person. Stay safe and have a great day.